Right, many thanks for joining us right here on Lookup Weekend. Today being the 9th day of March 2024. We have a lot for you. My name is John Matava, sign language interpreter is Felista Adundo. We have a lot for you in the bulletin tonight. But first, let's take a look at what's happening on the highlights. Tonight,
kwa sababu tuko na sheria mpya sasa Kenya ya mambo ya matibabu. Na hiyo sheria iko na mambo manne ya muhimu. Ya kwanza, tumekubaliana matibabu tunapeleka mpaka kwa kijiji.
Social Health Insurance Fund is a game changer, says President William RUTO as he urges Kenyans to embrace the program.
Kwenda kwa rais wa Afrika nini? Jumuiya ya Afrika. Lakini baba yuko hapa.
ODM leader Raila Odinga says he's not exiting Kenyan politics should he bag the AUC job. And 2 people arrested and bang worth 10 million Kenyan shillings nabbed in Kirinyaga County. Many thanks for joining us. I'm glad you could join us from wherever you're watching from. The ODM leader Raila Odinga now says they will not be exiting the Kenya political scene entirely, even if his bid for the African Union chairmanship is successful. Speaking in Kibra, Nairobi, the former Prime Minister says he will serve both the nation and the continent.
Toi hoi!
As Odinga's bid for the African Union chairmanship gains momentum with endorsement left, right and center, the future of local politics now hangs in the balance with fears that his exit could leave a gap. However, the Premier has come out to allay fears that his position in Addis Ababa will make him scarce in the local political scene. Speaking in Kibra constituency in Nairobi on Saturday during the groundbreaking of a tuition block construction at the Raila Education Center, Odinga assured his supporters that he could serve both the continent and the nation.
Ini baba yuko hapa. I'll be around here. I'm not going to be away. I will continue to ensure that things are working in my own country. I will work for the continent of Africa, but at the same time work for Kenya. I can be able to scale the stairs and chew the gum at the same time. Kwa hivyo watu ambao wanasema ati baba anatoka, siji baba nani, wanahangaika, anasema ngoo, baba yuko tu hapa.
Odinga says whenever needed, he is just a phone call away.
Na wakati ikifika, mkinitaka baba na mkiniita mtaitika. So walisema zamani tulikuwa tumeimba.
As he launched the construction of the tuition block, the long-serving opposition leaders stressed the importance of education, calling on the government to invest in imparting knowledge to the youth.
Education is very fundamental in our country. Without proper education, no nation can prosper. A nation will prosper if you empower your people through quality education. We have here an explosion of the youth. Nearly 60% of our population are the youth below the ages of 35.
Baba, unajua wewe ni mtu mwenye maono sana. Wewe unaona mbali. Kitu yenye watu wa UDA wataona leo, wewe uliona last year. Kwa sababu saa hii ndio wanakaa wanasema ati Ruto na Gachagua waongee ati watafutie mama nafasi ati akuwe deputy president. Baba tayari alipatia wa mama deputy president 2022. Na hata haikumaliza siku moja tayari Rigathi ameruka anasema hapana.
But even as we try to address these challenges as stakeholders, as parents, as teachers, we must continue to remind the government. We must continue to remind the government to be truthful. The Kenya Kwanza government must be truthful. Because they keep on saying that they have released capitation money. Every now and then we hear the Cabinet Secretary for Education declaring on national television that they have released so much billions of shillings towards capitation. And yet, when you come to the ground here, there is no money.
Odinga's AUC position, however, hangs in the balance as hurdles present themselves with different proposals being fronted that could see him out of the race. The first one being locking anyone who comes from a nation that has presented either a deputy or a chair from running, and another one being making the race for the AUC in 2025 just a women race excluding men. Brian Amuai, Lookuptv, Nairobi.
President William RUTO remains defiant for the new National Health Insurance Fund shift that is projected to replace the NHIF, which will cure problems that have dogged the health sector for years. Speaking in Makueni County, the head of state has urged Kenyans to embrace the program, saying it will guarantee all access to affordable health care. And Rianyula with more.
Once again, President William Ruto is upbeat the Social Health Insurance Fund shift will revolutionize the health sector in the country. Speaking in Makueni County, President Ruto says the NHIF fund, which will stop operating after the shift program fully takes effect, had failed Kenyans seeking health care.
Matibabu tunapeleka mpaka kwa kijiji. Ndio tumeweka community health promoters. Kenya tuko na community health promoters 1,100 identified by the counties, equipped by the national government, because we are one government. Na pale kijijini tutakuwa sasa na muuguzi, community health promoter. Kila nyumba 100 tutakuwa na community health promoter. Anatembea kwa manyumba yenu, napima mambo yenu, kwa sababu tunataka kuanzia matibabu pale chini, bottom.
President Ruto has listed numerous advantages of the shift program. The key benefit of the program will see Kenyans at the lowest cadre of the economy and unable to pay the shift insurance premiums receive health care as the government foot their medical bills.
Tumesema for the first time, the people who cannot afford to pay for health insurance, the government of Kenya is going to pay for them. Ili kila mtu awe na bima ya afya, ikifika kiwango fulani aende level 3, level 4, 5 and 6 awe na bima ya kulipia gharama hiyo.
The shift program will also target severe diseases like cancer and diabetes that have proven costly to treat.
Tutakuwa na chronic illness fund, hazina maalum ambayo itakuwa available kwa Wakenya wote kwa magonjwa ambayo yako na kiburi na kisirani, kama ile ya cancer, diabetes, hypertension and all the chronic illnesses. Kwa sababu tumesema hatutaki mwananchi tena auze mali yake, auze ng'ombe ama shamba, aende alipe gharama ya hospitali.
And as the country prepares for the planting season, during the onset of rainfall, the president has assured farmers that subsidized fertilizer as the country seeks to increase yields.
Nataka niwashukuru wakulima. Walituzalishia chakula mwaka uliopita. Kwa sababu ya mvua, mbegu na mbolea tulipunguza bei. Tukaongeza magunia kutoka 44,000 mpaka magunia 60 milioni 44 mpaka milioni 65 mwaka uliopita. This year tuna target magunia milioni 75 this year, kwa sababu tunataka kuhakikisha ya kwamba tunaondoa aibu ya njaa katika taifa letu la Kenya.
Henry Anyula, Lookuptv.
From that, DCI officers have arrested 2 suspects and nabbed 67 bags of bang worth 10 million Kenyan shillings along the Mwea-Embu Road. In a public address after the arrest, the officers revealed that the operation was made successful through the social media when they got alerts about the bang being transferred from Moyale to Nairobi. The government is set to spend 124 million Kenyan shillings on relief food to support Muslim faithful in the month of Ramadan. Speaking as he presided over the drive in Nairobi, a government spokesperson, Isaac Mwaura, noted that similar exercises were ongoing across the country.
As the holy month of Ramadan begins for the Muslim faithfuls, the government has promised to offer support through the launch of National Special Relief. Government spokesperson Isaac Mwaura, while presiding over the exercise, noted that the government aims to spend over 124 million in form of food to be distributed across the country. This, as Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua and Cabinet Secretaries continue to lead similar activities countrywide.
There are also several PSAs and senior government officials also participating in the distribution in the various counties.
Mwaura emphasized President William Ruto's move to nominate 16 females, including lawyer Caroline Daudi Kamende, destined for Canada's Ottawa office, Catherine Kirumba Karemu poised for the UK office, Anne Kisaka Nanguli headed to Dakar, Senegal, as well as Jessica Mudhoni Gakinya, set for Morocco's Rabat office for ambassadorial roles, as an act of being in top gear to support that gender role.
Caroline Kamende Daudi na wengine wengi ambao wamepatiwa nafasi hiyo, pamoja pia na wale tulikuwa tumechaguliwa. Kwa hiyo kama wewe ni baba na mama na una watoto wote katika familia, uweze kusawazisha.
The spokesperson concurred with the move by President and Azimio leader Raila Odinga of having received the National Dialogue Committee report, reiterating the government's full support of the report as it seeks to implement and entrench the affirmative action funds into the constitution, among other recommendations as entailed.
That is Majority Leader Kimani Ichung'wah and Honorable Kalonzo Musyoka, the former Vice President. The government remains committed to implementing the report, which intends to anchor affirmative action into law and therefore crafting of a framework towards the achievement of the two-thirds gender rule.
Mwaura maintained the government's hard stance against the killing of bloggers, which is on the rise, with the most recent one being that of Tharaka Nithi blogger Peris Mugera, whose body was found dead after she went missing a week ago.
At the same time, the government wishes to condemn in the strongest of terms the persistent killings of bloggers, and you've seen the latest one being in Tharaka Nithi County.
Government spokesperson Dr. Isaac Mwaura has presided over distribution of relief food across Muslim families during the month of Ramadan. Stanley Lugaria, Lookuptv, Nairobi.
President William Ruto has called on KDF commanders to put a spirited fight against corruption. Presiding over the swearing-in ceremony of Deputy Chief of the Kenya Defence Forces, Vice Chief Charles Mwouri, the President urged the officers to be responsible and ensure the security is guaranteed within the borders.
Starting off with the national anthem as a symbol of unity, the Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of Kenya, President William Ruto, led the KDF celebrations. Presiding over the inauguration of the Vice Chief of the Defence Forces, Charles Muriu.
I, Charles Muriu Kahariri, Vice Chief of the Defence Forces, do swear in the name of the Almighty God that I will be faithful and bear true allegiance to the Republic of Kenya and to the President as Commander-in-Chief of Kenya Defence Forces.
Second in line to take oath was the Kenya Army Commander David Tyrus.
I, David Kimayo Tarus, Commander of the Kenya Army, do swear in the name of the Almighty God that I will be faithful and bear true allegiance to the Republic of Kenya.
Followed by the Kenya Navy Commander Thomas Njoroge.
I, Thomas Njoroge Ng'ang'a, Commander of the Kenya Navy, do swear in the name of the Almighty God that I will be faithful and bear true allegiance to the Republic of Kenya.
President Ruto lauded the Kenya Defence Forces institution, saying it plays a crucial role to the nation, especially in ensuring that there is stability. He further assured them of strategic guidelines to build a cooperative, progressive, and a strong security stable government.
Let me take this opportunity to congratulate the new generals that I have appointed in various positions. I am very proud of our Kenya Defence Forces and the entire security fraternity for their patriotism, professionalism, and dedication to the people and to the Republic of Kenya. You have contributed immensely to the progress of our country. I assure you that as Commander-in-Chief, I will continue to provide strategic guidance so that together we can build a cohesive, united, progressive, secure, and stable nation.
Maureen Bosire, Lookuptv.
You're watching Look Up Weekend at exactly 17 minutes past 9 p.m. We'll be off for a break. We'll be coming back with more stories for you.
Tere, mambo ni mawili, kufikisha, kumwaga na kurudi. Kulala ni mwaka mpya.
Bua muka we mse. Nini mbaya? Wewe kwani wani vile dereva anaendesha gari vibaya, lazima tususe. Anaendesha gari na kwa simu the whole time, hata angalia barabara. Wewe dereva wewe, mwaka iliyopita peke yake watu zaidi ya 3,000 walipoteza maisha yao barabarani kwa sababu ya tabia kama hizo. Hautatuangamiza tukiona.
Naomba msamaha, nitamtamka vizuri.
Si wameomba msamaha. Sasa tuende tusafiri kwa mwendo wa aste.
Dere Smart hufikisha abiria salama. Ujumbe huu umeletwa kwako na NTSA kwa ushirikiano na European Union.
University of Nairobi is a distinguished institution of higher learning dedicated to nurturing your intellectual curiosity and pushing the boundaries of knowledge. From state-of-the-art laboratories to modern libraries equipped with the latest resources, we provide you with the tools you need to succeed. Choose from a wide range of programs designed to prepare you for challenges of tomorrow's world. Whether in STEM, humanities, business, or the arts, our strong industry connections and career service support will help you translate your education into meaningful career opportunities upon graduation. Join a vibrant community of scholars from around the world, fostering cultural exchange, collaboration, and lifelong friendships. Book your space now for September intakes. Log in to https://www.uonbi.ac.ke for a wide range of courses to choose from. You can also contact +254 020 491 0000 or email us at pr@ounbi.ac.ke.
Welcome back and thank you so much for staying with us. The Ministry of Education has revealed that it is in its final stages of implementing a plan to waive the substantial debts owed by financially struggling universities to the Kenya Revenue Authority. Speaking in Lemayan Hotel in Naivasha, the PS for Higher Education and Research, Dr. Beatrice Muganda, disclosed ongoing audits by outstanding bills totaling to over 75 billion Kenyan shillings, with intentions to settle them in the coming months. According to the Permanent Secretary for Higher Education and Research, Dr. Beatrice Muganda, under the new funding model, the government had increased budgetary allocation while working with KRA to waive some of the pending bills that amount to 75 billion Kenyan shillings.
Now we are in a good position because with the new funding model, the government almost doubled resources to universities. They got an additional 38 billion. So we are beginning from a good place, and this is expected to increase with time. Then The pending bills have been submitted to the pending bills committee, and
while speaking in Lemayan Hotel in Naivasha during a validation exercise for all chancellors and their deputies on the implementation of the CBC in the universities, Muganda said the Commission for the University Education had issued guidelines for the new curriculum before 2029, when students under the new system would report to the universities.
So far the Commission has prepared some guidelines that will help them plan towards implementing the milestones that are needed to be achieved before the 2029.
The CEO Commission for University Education, Professor Mike Kuria, noted that funding for universities was a global issue that would be resolved through grants and research, indicating that ahead of the introduction of the CBC to universities, they were working closely with donors seeking linkage with industries for further funding.
And universities are experiencing difficulties in funding. And so the question of alternative sources of income, which could be through mobilizing resources by research proposals and attracting grants from outside, which could also be in terms of the greater linkage with industry, and that's some of the discussion that we are having here.
On our part, the Vice Chancellor JKUAT Professor Victoria Wamboi termed the forum as critical in discussing the introduction of new CBC curriculum in universities before 2029, when the first lot of CBC reports to the universities.
There are many things we are doing, of course. As the PS has said, we are looking for collaborations with other countries, institutions in other countries. We are writing collaborative proposals for research so that we improve on our grants base.
John Matava, Lookuptv. The Senate Finance Committee has fined Isiolo Governor Abdi Guyo 500,000 Kenyan shillings for failing to appear before the committee to answer allegations of mismanagement of public funds leveled against him.
Today the Senate came to hold its meeting in Isiolo. This is a Public Accounts Committee of the Senate. Once informing the governor of our coming to Isiolo. Unfortunately, when we arrived in Isiolo, the governor was a no-show. We have not received any explanation as to his whereabouts. The Senate has taken serious reservations about the absence of the governor, and the Parliamentary Powers and Privileges Act has imposed a fine of 500,000 shillings on the governor for Isiolo for failing to appear before the Senate, having been invited as a witness.
Ili ya kufanya oversight, kazi yao ni kwenda Dubai trip. The whole assembly inafungwa.
Wako Mombasa sahi.
Na hiyo pesa ni yenu, mochari haifanyi kazi. Hospitali haina madawa. Naenda kuangalia mochari. Haikuwa nafanya kazi.
Hata leo haifanyi.
Watu wanajitokeza, assembly inasema inafanya kazi. Wengine executive wanasema inafanya kazi. Tumeenda leo tumejionea. Si mimi peke yangu. Tumeenda na wao wote.
Mheshimiwa Guyo anamjua. Ningependa kumtumia barua pepe. Governor, have mercy on your people. This cannot be your best. I know you are a Nairobi guy. I know you've gotten this job. Look at how beautiful this place is. Yes. But it's destitute. Yes.
Carrying Transport Cabinet Secretary Kipchumba Murkomen and the Kenya Airports Authority Board Chairman Caleb Kositani crashed during the takeoff today in Mwachon in Eldama Ravine. According to Baringo County Police Commander Julius Kiragu, the aircraft was carrying 4 people and was trying to take off when it crashed before developing mechanical problems. However, no one was injured in the incident. Many thanks for watching. You are now up to date on Look Up Weekend at exactly 26 minutes past 9 p.m. My name is John Matava. Our sign language interpreter tonight has been Felista Adundo. Have a good evening. See you again.
value your faith.